Why not be secured? Why go biometric? Basically, we are going secured. It locks down to the person who owns the data. Every action within the system can be enforced by a biometric event. So, for example, if you are making a transaction into the system, you have a Bitcoin, say you have a wallet, you want to keep your digital assets into the wallet, in this hardware wallet. Now somebody snatches that wallet and goes away. What happens in that case? You lose everything? Maybe yes, maybe not. How do we make you secure? In addition to that, we give you a hardware wallet, we give you biometric signature of yours or your near and dear or your partner, or whoever you choose to do, multi-signature based hardware wallet. So if you put your digital assets into the OiX hardware biometric enabled wallet, what happens? You put your thumb print as a signature. So if you want to perform any action, for example, you're doing a transaction on our website, the transaction can request. When I say can, you can choose to set a limit. For example, you don't want to stop it for $10 or $20 transaction. You want to set a limit, say it is $1,000 or $500. That happens in normal banking industry as well. For example, the ATM, you can't withdraw more than $500 unless until you tell specifically to the bank that I can do this transaction. Allow me to withdraw $1,000 from the bank. Similarly, in this environment, you can configure your settings that, okay, if I'm doing a transaction worth $100, do not stop me, let me do that. But if I'm doing any significant transaction, that could be $500, that could be $5,000. Depends what is significant mean to you. User has a control. We do not control your assets. You control your assets. You can control what limitation to set. For example, as a business user, an enterprise, their normal limitation may be more than usual you and me, a normal individual user, right? So depending on who is doing the transactions, they can control what size of transaction they can do. And that is enforced by a biometric enabled authentication. So the hardware wallet you get, in addition to protecting your infrastructure and our infrastructure, you can also authenticate and authorize. So when you log in, you need this thumbprint. When you're doing any transaction, you will need the thumbprint again to do that. This is how we secure the infrastructure. And as I said, I was talking about multi-signature. That means that you have a wallet, hardware wallet, which you can put more than one person's thumbprint. You can configure all of them to be there. For example, say you have a 100,000 worth of digital asset in your wallet, and somebody takes wallet away, or somebody steals your thumbprint too. Maybe there's in movies we see that people steal the thumbprint as well. Let's say that situation arises. What happens in that case? You can also additionally add your mom, dad, friend, girlfriend, wife, sons, daughters, thumbprint on that. So unless you put them together, things not going to work. And that also works as a survival. Say, for example, like insurance. The insurance industry is based on something goes wrong with the individual, and then the individual's family gets the benefit of the proceeds. Similarly, your digital assets are safe with us, and if you do have a nominee, or if their thumbprint is into the system, they can take access of this infrastructure or the digital assets you have in future. You can control, it's kind of a will system. You can implement a will on our platform. Who gets the digital assets? Something goes wrong. And their thumbprint can already be there. Again, you are in the control as a user. It's your asset, you get to keep that.